So the question that I hear the most is, should I get my PMP? One thing that I would say is, before you ask the question, should I get my PMP, you should be asking the question, do you qualify to get the PMP? Want to know if you qualify? Let's get right into it. I'm Davina, the Social Project Manager, bringing you education, entertainment, and inspiration as it relates to project management. Well, first and foremost, let's talk about what the PMP is. The PMP, Project Management Professional, is an internationally recognized certification for project managers, which is offered by the Project Management Institute. You may hear about a lot of other certifications, but let the record reflect, the PMP is the world's leading project management certification. It is the top certification that you can receive as a project manager. A lot of people obtain this certification to supercharge their careers, to get really good, high-paying jobs in different industries all over the world. Because again, it's a globally recognized certification. Okay, so let's talk qualifications. What you need to even apply to sit for the exam. By the way, if I didn't mention that, to get the PMP, you have to take a test. But there are qualifications needed in order to see if you meet the requirements to take the test. So let's get into those requirements. So there's two different scenarios. One is for someone who is a graduate of college, meaning you have a bachelor's degree or above. And one is for someone that does not have a bachelor's degree or above. So a high school diploma or associate's. One good thing about this certification is there are options for people that do not have a degree. You can still be a project manager and obtain your PMP without college degree. So you will need 36 months of experience leading a project, which comes out to about 3 years. So you need to have 3 years of experience leading a project, documented experience. Next, you will need 35 hours of project management education or training. It could be college courses or accredited certification programs that provide you with hours that you can present to PMI to show that you have 35 hours of project management training. Or your CAPM, which is certification that you can get right below PMP for beginners going into the industry. College degree, 3 years of experience leading a project, and 35 hours. Next are for people that do not have a college degree. You do have to have a high school diploma in order to apply for the PMP or an associate's degree. If this is your situation, you will need 60 months of experience leading a project, which is about 5 years. And similar to the other scenario, you will also need 35 hours of project management training or education. Based on these qualifications, I will see where I'm at. How much experience do I have? And by the way, when you're documenting your experience, your title does not have to say project manager. You do not have to have held project manager title in order to document your experience. There's so many other ways that you can document your experience as long as it translate to project management, job duties, roles, and methodology. When you are documenting your experience, this documentation is just so that you can remember all of the projects that you were on. The only time that you will have to send additional documentation based on the projects that you presented to PMI is if you get randomly audited. And if you guys want me to do a video on the auditing process, what happens if you get audited, what should you do at that point, drop it in the comments below and I'll do a separate video strictly based on being audited. If you do have the desire to be a project manager, to get your PMP certification to supercharge your career, what I would do now is start taking on more projects and start documenting your projects. See if you have the requirements currently, and if you do, go ahead and apply. If you do not, now you know how much you need. Maybe you need 6 more months of experience. Maybe you need 3 more years of experience. But now you know where you are, and now you can plan the rest of your career. One thing I will mention when documenting your experience, you can't have overlapping projects. So although you may have been working on a project at work and working on a project in your community in order to get the skill set, if the time overlaps, you have to choose one. You cannot overlap the project. So it has to be the 3 years or the 5 years of project manager experience that is not overlapping. A normal work day is 40 hours. So keep that in mind when you're documenting your experience. You can't say, okay, this year I had this amount of project management experience and you documented 24 hours a day. That's not realistic, you know? I'm gonna put up an exact copy of the application so you'll know every step that you should be tracking and documenting, because if you have a couple of more years to go, you need to know the format that you should be documenting or the information that you're gonna need from the project that you are working on, as well as the education part. If you look, this is the exact information that you'll need when you apply for the test. Once you apply for the PMP and your application is approved, there is a fee to take the test. The fee is $550 US. Now, if you are a member of PMI, you do receive a discount. So there is a huge benefit in being a member of PMI. You get a discount, you get so many resources, so many articles. You may as well go ahead and become a member. You get the book for free also if you're a member. So go ahead and become a member of PMI and see what happens. You know, it's just like buying a house. You may apply for a house and the bank tells you that you got denied, and they tell you all of the reasons that you were denied. So now you know what to look for or what you should be working on to apply again. Enhance and increase your application. If you want to learn more tips, the best practices to apply for the PMP, projects that you should highlight, projects that won't work, terminology that you should be using when you apply, go ahead and like, follow, and share, and most definitely subscribe to this channel, because I'm going to be providing you guys with strategies, tips, hacks, everything related to project management. We're gonna go through this journey together. I got you. You are not alone. Everything I went through, I'm gonna share that knowledge, and we're all gonna win. Thank you guys for joining, and I will see you next week.